That's cool. Let's do that. Oh, we got somebody here. Y'all know it's about to go down. Y'all know we're about to have some fun tonight, guys. Hopefully you guys are ready to. Y'all are serious. Y'all said I don't know what's going on, but we're going to tune in tonight because here's what it is. Hey, so here's the deal, guys. I want to make sure that you guys, go get your wine. Okay, go get your little sippy sip. I got a cup in my hand. Hopefully you got one too, because it about to be on the popping tonight. I mean, finally we get a chance to really uncover some things here on the He Say She Say show. And here's the deal. Tonight's topic. Yeah, emotional pimping ain't easy, but women are the best at it. That's right. But women are the best at it, man. So I'm really looking forward to having this conversation and really uncovering some things with you guys here on the He Say She Say show. It's all about understanding that everybody has a voice. And what we find oftentimes when it comes to this whole thing called relationships, only one voice gets heard. Well, not tonight. Not tonight. Everybody has a voice, so why not let your voice be heard? That's what we'll do here tonight on the He Say She Say show. Today's episode is actually being brought to you by ERGJ Black Bazaar. I'm not gonna do all that, man, because we got some guests and we got to get into this thing here tonight. Hit that like button, the share button, because this is about to be a barn burner. If you can't stand the heat, get the hell out the kitchen. This is adult conversation. Put the kids to bed because it's time for us as adults to talk, to dialogue, not monologue, but dialogue. It was very interesting. I was talking to a sister, and she said to me, I love, she said, I'm a talker. And I said, well, that's normal. What I haven't found is many women who say I'm a listener. You're a talker, but my goodness, are you willing to listen? Man, oh man, y'all know what time it is, man. Time to get the He Say She Say show off the rip, off the run. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
All I'm saying is, for us black men dating black women in America, it's a challenge for us.
It's not a challenge. You just picking the wrong women. You know what? You just don't understand.
Well, help me understand. Explain it in a way that is appealing to a man, cause I know frustration comes and you throw up your hands. Let's debate upon the topic. I will listen to your stance. I'll object it if I can. Can I interrupt her though? She's passionate about it. When she speaks, it lets you know. He say, she say, intro song. I hope you enjoy the show. Evan Jefferson is on. Let me introduce the host.
All right, beautiful people, man. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight for the He Say She Say show, where everybody has a voice. Why not let your voice be heard? This is a show that talks about love, relationships, and money. And we're gonna have some great dialogue here tonight. I'm your boy ERGJ. I'm a certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, ERGJ Black Bazaar, and we are broadcast across YouTube and also Facebook across the ERGJ brand. And I'm just super excited to be able to finally have a space to be able to have these conversations, because I have conversations with brothers all the time, and it's like, man, where's our outlet? Well, we're creating that space not just for brothers, but for brothers and sisters, so we can get this stuff out. And hopefully we can begin to understand one another. Everybody putting console understand. But in order to understand, we got to be willing to listen to each other. And what I found is that only one side of the story normally gets told, because they just seem to be a little bit more passionate, a little bit more loud. And we just ain't got time for all that. Time for us to move on. Man, while you guys are joining, man, and He Say She Say, so let me tell you about the rules, okay? There are rules to this thing. Okay. So here's the rules. For all the sisters that are here, when you want to add to the conversation, you feeling all bubbled up on the inside, you're going to put before your comments, she say, because you're speaking for the sisters. For the brothers that is here, you feeling like you got something strong you want to add to the conversation here tonight, you simply put he say and then blah, blah, blah. So he say, she say, and we're going to have a nice time here tonight. But I want to know who's here already joining. Y'all here early. Y'all ready to rock and roll. So the sisters that are out there, if you're representing here tonight, you're like, man, I came to have some great dialogue and let my voice be heard. For all the sisters that's out there, go ahead and put in the comments, she say. Want to recognize our she says that out here. What's going on with you? Good evening to you. Yes, he say, she say. Out here. We had a great time last week. What's going on with you, man? Where's my Carl Lewis me? I don't know. I'm ready to run, baby, run, baby, run, baby. If she say, go and put a console, she say, want to recognize, see how strong the sisters coming out tonight. Let's see y'all if y'all still, because I think I see some brothers that's here. I think we coming out pretty strong tonight. For all the brothers that are here, right, tonight for the He Say, She Say. So you ready to add to the conversation, man? Go ahead and put it down. So He Say, man, we want to let them know that we must protect this house, that we are here and we are here strong, okay? So if your brother go ahead and put it down, so He Say, sisters go ahead and put it down, so She Say. Let's see who's here tonight, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. She say, men are the best at, okay, now I see men are the best at emotional pimping. Understand? All right, we got some people tagging. We got some people ready to rock and roll. She says, I'm here. My ears since you say, never mind. Okay, I hear that. She say is in the house. Thanks so much for joining, man. She's got another She Say in the house. Thanks so much for joining. What's going on with your brother? How are you, man? She Say representing Florida. Okay, thanks so much for joining. Absolutely, man. Again, if your brother you're here tonight, go and put in the console He Say. If you're a sister, go ahead and put in the console She Say. And so I want to go ahead and bring our guest on because, I mean, we don't know how long we're going to go. This is adult conversation, by the way. Okay, so it might be a little things going out. And if you got kids, put the kids to bed. It's Saturday night. We quarantined in, shelter in place. Put the kids to bed. Get your drink because it's about to be a barn burner here tonight on the He Say, She Say show. Okay, He Say, She. What's going on, man? Thanks so much for joining. She Say is in the house. She Say is in the house. Okay, where the brothers at? Okay, we're going to need some more brothers up in here. Okay, up in here, up in here. We got a couple. That's all right. That's all right. Hey, let me bring it to you guys. Okay, y'all ready? Okay, y'all ready? Okay, somebody's still eating. Okay, we got a returning guest from last night. Now, here's the deal. I want you guys to know I did invite a sister. She ain't showed up yet, but hey, I did invite a sister to be on the show tonight. I don't know if she's gonna come or not. Maybe she running a little tired. She said she's gonna be here. She normally she shows up when she said gonna be here. But here's who's here with us here tonight. We do got two brothers here with us tonight, man. Returning from last week. Y'all loved them so much. We had to bring them back. Our brother Anthony Sims is up in here, man. What's going on with your brother Anthony? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. I think my video might be frozen a little bit.
Yeah, it is, man. We got you with the still thing. You might need to exit and come back in. I think you
I'm gonna exit and come back in.
All right, no problem. So Market dude's here, man. What's going on with you, sir? How you doing tonight, man?
Oh, strong, man. I'm ready to go, man. We're gonna learn something tonight.
We're gonna learn something tonight, man. Well, Sir Marketer, man, if you want to share anything about who you are, anything like that, let people know. Man, what's going on as it relates to your personal situation or whatever. I don't know. I know you've been married a couple times and all that good stuff.
Yep. My name is Sir Markedu, your economic evangelist in your heart of a hustler, and I've come to you tonight expressing that I have a little knowledge about relationships and things of that nature, but I'm an entrepreneur. I love teaching the youth and young adults economics. I have a warehouse and I have products. I have plenty of products, and I like to teach people how to build an economy for themselves, and that's what I do. But I've been married 5 times, divorced 5 times. Not proud of it, but thank God for therapy. You know, I realize where I am today, and I realize what I've been through, all these years, and leading from my mother and my grandmother and my aunts. I learned a lot from them, and there was some barnyard pimps. I mean, they were some of the best pimps I've ever met, and a lot of the stuff that I learned about women, I got it from my mother and my sister, and the pimps of all time. Greatest pimps.
Boy, what's that? You know the way it started, man. Again, He Say, She Say. So I'm gonna get the rules one more time, and then we'll get into this thing, man. Brother Anthony, you're back. We got you unfrozen, man. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. How are you?
Perfect. My pleasure. It's good to be here. I'm glad to get this conversation going. Lots of it from the last time.
So I don't know what's going on. We got you a little choppy, but it's okay, man. You want to do a quick little introduction, man? About your personal status, whatever. I'm not quite sure.
All right. Anthony Sims. I'm out of Dallas, Texas. Single and dating. I've been married once and divorced. Engaged a second time and called it quits. So I'm back out here trying to see what it can do.
Hey, all right. So here's the rules, guys. Here's the rules. All right, hit the like button, share button if you care. You know, we got a whole bunch of people that want to talk about stuff, but then when it's time to talk about stuff, they don't want to talk about stuff. They're not interested. If you're a brother, if you want to add to the conversation as we go on, you put he say and then your comment. Sister, same thing. If you want to be recognized, you put she say and then your comment is such and such, such and such. Well, I wanted to start tonight because I do like to honor some of our great writers. I'm a writer myself. I believe Sir Margaret is the author as well. I'm not quite sure if Anthony's got to that place yet. But we had a brother that wrote a book called Choose Wisely. And in this book, he calls it the Black Man's Guide to Healthy Relationships.
Wow.
And he has in chapter 2, the chapter 2 is called of this book is called It Starts With Self. Everybody put in console, It Starts With Self. Now, before I read this section, which we'll start off with first, as soon as I say it starts with self, to me, only men start with self. he say men, the only people that seem to start with self, and then while our counterparts, he say the sisters always point to the other. Right? It's always you did something. Well, what about what did you do? Well, you did something. So when you hear this term, it starts with self, Brother Markadu. What does that say to you, man?
Man, it says a lot. I mean, because self-preservation is the key to almost anything that you're going to do in life. And if you're going to do anything, you have to bring yourself into the equation. You know, I thank God that he gives us that selfishness, the thing that we really need to really look at ourselves and to be able to pay attention to ourselves and be able to guide ourselves and be able to be strong with what our convictions. So without self, you're selfless.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And then as well, same thing to the audience as I read this. It starts with self, chapter 2 from brother Derrick Alford. I would normally have him on, but I just came across this book and I just thought about doing it today. But this is a book to men. But hopefully we can all get something from it. Anyway, in the core of all healthy relationships are the individuals themselves being happy and content with themselves. You cannot expect to find a good partner if you haven't worked on yourself enough to be a good partner to someone else. I hear a lot of people say I'm good, or I don't have nothing I need to work on, or the most famous, I need someone to accept me as I am. All those responses couldn't be furthest from the truth because we all have things. We all have things. We all have things we need to work on to become our best selves. There's always something that can be improved in some area of our lives. Now that we've established that it starts with self, you may be wondering, where should you start? The best place to start is by looking at where you are in life right now. Are you happy with the way things are in your life right now? If you are not, what are you doing or possibly not doing to change that? As men, especially Black men, a lot of us get stuck in our own bad habits, knowing we need to stop doing certain things, like fucking, but we just can't see doing
it. We talked about that before, but keep going.
For me, it was removing certain people that were not beneficial to my life. Your struggle or the thing you need to overcome may be entirely different, but you have to do this. You may have to give up the excessive drinking, the smoking, the sleeping around, the laziness, if that's what you're doing, to name a few things. You can do it. And you're probably thinking, brother Derrick, you're crazy. But in reality, once you stop doing all these things, your life will improve. I can almost guarantee you that. Self-discipline is another area we need to place some focus on as well. Self-discipline keeps the control in your hands. It's an area we are severely lacking as men. The drinking, the smoking, and sleeping around would never be an issue if we exercise more discipline. The best way to start practicing this skill that will better your life is by making the conscious decision that we are going to stop doing the things that are bringing you the negative results. That means identifying the things that you're trying to eliminate. From there, make it your business to remove anything that will create temptation that can lead you back to the things that you're trying not to indulge in. Okay, I'll finish it. I might stop there, but let's go ahead and finish it. What has helped me in my journey on finding myself, everybody put in console, find myself, and working on myself was writing. Whatever I was struggling with, whether it was smoking or not feeling motivated, I could write about it and then set a goal in my mind to work on it a little bit at a time. I'm a firm believer in vision boards as well. You will find being disciplined is definitely a mental thing. Once you have won the battle in your mind, you cannot be stopped. Our mentors and wise elders are very helpful as well. I cannot tell you how just sitting down with an older male, whether it was my barber or a coworker at a job, really opened my mind to so many ways of looking at things and handling situations. There's a wealth of information all around that is waiting to be accessed if you can be patient enough to sit and listen. If you can be patient enough to sit and listen when it's being delivered to you. And the cool thing is the people with the knowledge and experience want to give you the game. It's just hard for them to find those that will listen and make use of it. I equate finding a mentor or wise elder to learn from a cheat code in a video game because they're going to help you skip all the traps and the mistakes that caught them up. I have to say, though, not all advice given to you is useful advice. There are men that are trying to steer others down the wrong road, so you have to watch out for that. I recommend taking a look at how they carry themselves and base what they are telling you on that. For example, if they're telling you that you need to have more than one female on your team and they have a bunch of kids, child support, and working a dead-end job, they're probably not someone you should be listening to unless you want the same results they have. That's for you to decide. Nevertheless, mentors and elders are great. I'm hoping I can be a mentor to you in your journey. Reflecting on the past can be useful to you in your journey of self-development as well. Think about the outcomes of your past relationships. What role did you play in it not working out? What role did you play in it not working out? Taking responsibility is a big key in this because it's on you to do your part to become a better man so you can attract and keep the right woman. Did you try to resolve arguments or did you help fuel them to higher levels? There's something that can be learned from every relationship, good or bad. Brother Anthony, first, what does he say about anything that you just heard from Brother Alford in the book, Choose Wisely, The Black Man's Guide to Healthy Relationships?
He says some of the same stuff that I say to my sons. And I take it back when I was a teenager. And my dad and his friends would kind of be hanging around, working on the car, playing dominoes or cards. And when I would come through, they would always say stuff like, "You had some pussy yet? How many women you got?" And kind of like what he said, when I look at their life, I'm thinking they got multiple women, they got multiple kids by different women. You know, my dad had, you know, my brother and I and his wife. All of his brothers had their wives and their kids, but their friends, on the other hand, had multiple kids by multiple different women. And I would always think to myself, why would I want to be like y'all? Y'all seem miserable. You know, half the time you don't get a chance to see all of your kids. Half the time you don't get to, you know, you always complain about something that you caused. So moving forward, from a personal standpoint, I looked at it like, what type of man did I want to be of those men that were around me when I was growing up? And what I was able to do with the help of my mother and aunts and grandmothers and so forth is I was able to pick the pieces of each of those men that I liked to transform me into the man that I am today. So basically what he's saying is you're responsible for your life and you have to take accountability for it. If you don't, you can't complain about the way your life turns out. That's what I took from what you just read.
Man, absolutely, man. Brother Anthony, thanks so much, man, for adding your he say into it, man. Brother Markadu, what does he say about some of the things you just heard from the book Choose Wisely by our brother who wrote this book for a Black Man's Guide to Healthy Relationships?
Well, he said it was a bunch of things that was right on target, and it's a lot of this stuff is what he really said, and things that I realize now today after being in and I think in some were good relationship, but not great. But now I realize that, you know, getting rid of bad habits is one of the biggest things that I think even you, Evan, have seen me kind of to start to overcome. You know, I needed that space, and you helped position my mind to be able to kind of step away mentally from a lot of the things that I was doing that was self-destructive. And no matter how successful someone looks or seems, they really need a lot of help. And so with self-improvement, self-discipline is like the first thing in even trying to do something great is the mindset. So the mindset that says, okay, I have to stop. I have to stop, just getting with the first woman I meet, and said, okay, let's stick there. We have a lot of emotion. This is what he said. I'm hearing from him. We have a lot of baggage, a lot of emotion, and we become self-destructive to ourselves. And the only way out is to be able to find mentors, find people that have healthier relationships, and being able to adjust. In all in this jungle, there's a jungle out here.
Man, absolutely. And he said, I would also add what I find interesting. He said mentors and elders. Sometimes your mentors aren't necessarily older than you.
Nope.
Out of the mouth of babes. Sometimes it's just who you. I would say who you can actually talk to that will actually be honest back with you, versus just kind of coddle. Go ahead.
They don't have to be married. They're just common sense. This is a common sense. I got things from you. Common sense. You might have your own little struggles too, but you shared things with me that made sense to me. So you don't have to be married.
Absolutely, man. So
we all have a certain foundation also that leads us into the direction that we're going in. And if we've seen a bunch of bad things happening in other relationships, and from that we determine if we want to have that kind of relationship or if we want to change it and do something different. So it takes a certain amount of discernment that you have to have about yourself, which goes back to what it says. It starts with yourself. So if you start making positive changes and little things that you see yourself doing wrong, you can have a positive influence on those around you and in your future relationships.
Yeah, and that also makes sense. Also, that now I'm so more focused when it happens.
Don't forget the he say. Don't forget the he say.
Well, he said that you're more, you can be able to be more focused and be able to hear what women really say. I'm more focused now. The woman that I know that I want in my life is a lot more clear to me now. Women come at me all the time, and I just some women just don't qualify, because I can tell when a woman said the other night, let's get together. And I said, no, I said that kind of relationship is costly, especially with my time. I don't have time to be just dragged into, some sexual relationship. And, but there go my self-discipline out the window. I just told her no.
Man, absolutely, man. So let me give you guys the rules again. We got some people that are joining. Hit the like button, the share button, all that good stuff as well. For the sisters, you want to add something to the conversation. Put before that she say, and then your comment. For the brothers that are here, you want to add something to the conversation. Put he say, then your comment as well, and you will be recognized. I want to catch up on the comments as well. And I want to come here from this standpoint of this was a book that a brother wrote to brothers. But my question is to the she says that are out there, what did you get out of it for you? Right? Because yeah, that's right. Tell them, brother. Yeah, but I think there's some parallels to what you can get out of it for you if you are willing, if you listen, or because y'all just hear sometimes, y'all don't really listen. And then you say, man, did I get something out of this that can help me become a better? Does it start with me? I just want to know what she says got to say, not about the brothers, but about themselves. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Let me catch up on the comments here, see what's going on. See, we got some he says and she says going on up here tonight on he say, she say. So he say, man, this is how you comment. Thanks so much, Brother Plant. Always leading the way, right? Let them know this is how we do it. Okay, he say, a man is not allowed to be sorry. We are raised to know that we will be held accountable for our actions. This is not the case with women. Their issues are supposedly not created by themselves. Damn. Wow.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee.
They're never to, or he say they're never to blame.
Yeah.
Never to blame. Right fighters. That's what we call them, right fighters. Woo! It's getting hot up in here.
That's a tough comment right there.
Huh?
That's a tough comment right there.
Hey, he say we're missing the second X's on the screen. I don't know why that is. Oh Lord. Brother Robert always come with that nice comedic. She said, I love being a woman. I'm uniquely honest with myself. As a woman, I know we as women can be a bit much. There's a need to be honest with ourselves about our flaws and over-the-top anger. Ooh, at times.
Accountability.
Well, we got a sister that will admit that we can be overly angry at times. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see. We got another he say, she say. He say, the best form of wisdom is the experience of others. All right, that's going on. He say, she say, sex is good. All right, y'all. I told y'all. He say, she say. I ain't talking. I ain't even put it up. Y'all don't follow directions. It is what it is. Now, I got two. Okay, we gonna get into this thing because tonight's topic.
Here we go.
Is emotional pimping ain't easy, but women are the best at it. Now. It's very interesting. I mean, I got quite a few scenarios. I got two in particular I want to talk about tonight. And of course, I know you guys have had some experience that you've had as well. First, I want to talk about this emotional pimping, and I would also say emotional bullying.
Yeah, man.
I had a situation with a sister, and I was like, you know what? This don't seem to be going very well. So, we did a little text thing back and forth, which I don't really like to do. But eventually I said, you know what? The best way for me to squash this is to just let you know I'm going to take a little break. And, for about a week, I'm just going to take off, get my head together. Probably not going to be taking any calls, anything like that. Boom, put in a message, right? Boom. And then, you know what happened next, Brother Anthony?
No.
What's that?
She called me 3 times in a row.
Dang.
I said to myself, I just told you.
Yeah.
I don't want to take no calls. And then you got to hit me 3 times in a row after I told you I didn't want to take any calls. That didn't make no sense to me. I'm like, well, how are we supposed to operate if I let you know my wishes and you totally disrespect my wishes because you want to talk?
Your break has to come from her desire to break from you.
Right. She got to leave.
In her mind.
They go that emotional pimping. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, that's control.
Isn't that control?
Yeah.
Wait.
Control.
So, Brother Mark, what does he say about that, man? Because I was like, I went in. I mean, I was like, what? How you go? I just told you. That's how we rolling now? Go ahead, Brother Mark.
I mean, he said that there's a lot of women are more emotional. Now, what did I said more? I didn't say women are just emotional. No, men are emotional too, but women are more emotional. I've been in a situation just similar to that where I was breaking it off. I said, this really not really. I didn't really see you coming. I didn't really want this, and she started texting me some things, and so I said, okay. So she texted me some more thing. I mean, what she was telling me about myself and what I need to do in life, and I need to fix my issues with my mother and my father. And I said, thank you very much. And she wrote me back. And also, and I still got the text. I mean, it's all this stuff. And all I just wanted to say, this is not going to work. So that's that bullying, that pimping, that barnyard pimping, it's unnecessary.
The funny thing about that, here's the funny thing about that. The kryptonite to that type of bullying is asking them a bunch of questions. So, because one of the things that I've learned through dating is women hate for you to ask them questions. And they'll all often say, I don't like to be interviewed. So if you just start firing off questions, they'll eventually go away.
And let me add to that. He said, let me add to that. And it's not that they don't like you ask them a lot of questions. That's just part of it. They don't want to give the answers.
Man, so he say not only, let me add to that. He say not only do they not like you asked the question, not only do they not like giving the answers, they will actually act like they didn't hear the question or see the question, and you be like, wait a second, I just asked you a question, and they just
they flip it back on you.
Yeah.
Pimpin.
Manipulation.
So emotional pimping ain't easy, but women are the best at it. Let's catch up on these comments here. Yeah, we are. We're gonna keep it real up in here. Will you? This question. She say, man, finally, man, they can be open and honest about what they do when y'all know y'all doing wrong. Okay, fantastic. He said, can as a woman, can you do the same? Will you do the same?
Ooh, wait.
Yeah. Will you do the same? She said, I don't date men with multiple kids, baby mama drama. Okay. All right. I guess you took a whole bunch of people off your list. If you over 30, she say, until we can be honest, we can't be ready for true relations. Look at who is this woman? Where you
I
been?
Who is that?
I wonder if she practiced what she's talking about too.
Yeah. She say, great book that ain't leading men astray, but encouraging men to step out and be around pimping and start being men. He say, the question was, see what I'm saying? The question was, what is that? What is this book or what we read do for you as a woman? And he say the answer that you gave was back to the men.
Yeah,
it is exactly. It just for some reason you can't get to the woman. Yeah. For some reason, no matter what we try.
With no real faults. They don't claim nothing.
All right, man. He say, man, whether you have two pillows and one pole, you must never forget that you have two ears and one mouth. Listen as much as we speak. All right, see, all right. He say, men have it confused. We are actually the prey, and they are the predator.
Wow.
Oh, I had one prey on me. That last one, she found me. I was like,
So he say, when a man says don't call or text, a woman should respect his wishes. That might be a good thing. I mean, if I'm saying, hey, I just need some time,
yeah.
Can I not? I mean, that's better than me slap you aside the head, right? I mean, come on. All right, let's keep going. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, Lord. She said, what? Men don't like answering. No. Women don't like answering questions was the comment. Women don't like answering questions was the comment. She say, we welcome questions and conversations. Oh, really?
What?
Y'all, hold on. Oh, wait a second. She said, we welcome questions and conversations. Now, let's be honest. That's some bullshit. He say, y'all welcome talking. Y'all welcome, but y'all don't welcome conversation because that would mean going back and forth. He would also say, no, y'all might welcome the question, but shit, we welcome the answer. Can we get the answer to the question?
Indeed. And get it straight.
I start so much manipulation. We'll say, oh, I don't understand what you asked. Man, you an intelligent sister. Now get the fuck out of here with that. I asked you something very simple. You an intelligent sister. You just don't want to look into that and say, because here's what he say. Now you guys, women, be honest. Tell me the truth. Y'all start going all over here. Like, what is he really trying to say? I said exactly what I was trying to say. But no, what is he really inferring? Because women infer. Well, so what y'all think that we infer? We don't infer. We say what the hell it is we saying.
Straightforward.
I was reading this book called by Jack Daniels called Stay Out of Your Own Way. And there's an excerpt in that book on page 43, I think it is. And just this part, it says, we hide behind guises of guilt and mask of manipulation to keep people from knowing who we are and how we truly feel. Now, what that's basically saying is most of the people that are out here that are single and married or in relationships, they're hiding behind some type of mask so that they can manipulate the person that's trying to get to know them better. That's the way I interpret that.
Representative.
Exactly. And we all talk about it, but when does that representative usually come out? After the relationship has been going for a while and you're ready to move it to the next level, and then somebody says, you're not the same person that I met 5 months ago, 6 months ago, or whatever. But you're already stuck at that point. You probably moved in too fast. You probably got engaged or got married or got somebody pregnant or gotten pregnant before you really know who that person really is, because we can't be real with who we are.
Man, he say, let me add to that. He say it's very interesting we're talking about representative because when you come across men and or women that have discernment, who can peep that shit out off the rip, like, no, that ain't what's up. It throw the whole game off.
Yeah,
like, damn, they peep that shit from the jump, man. Like, I ain't used to that. I'm used to taking niggas a while to figure out who I am. They figure that out.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, they messed the whole. You don't know. They get stuck. They be like, I don't know what to do with this person. It become complicated then because I can't do the same stuff that I'm normally doing. When I come across men or women, depending on he say and she say, and now I done ran out of plays.
Yeah, the Pimpin, it ain't easy. It gets complicated.
And he say, let's not get it twisted. Sex is a tool that oftentimes those women will use for manipulation purposes.
Oh shit!
I mean, because if you think about it, he say in certain, there's certain authors that said you got to wait a certain amount of time in order for you to give up the cookie, and got all these different rules and all this other kind of stuff that goes on. But if you're not playing to the game that she's putting forward, that time frame goes out the window, and she starts using sex to get you back on track to play her game.
Exactly. He said, can I add to that? He said, and I just left a situation like that because I've been celibate almost 2 years, and after my last divorce, I chose not to get down like that. So I started dating a little bit with this thing. And she said, well, how long is it going to be before, we even think about even doing that? And I said, a year. She said, a year? A whole year? So she said, well, maybe. Then she said, maybe 6 months. And I said, okay, maybe 6 months. So it got around 3 months. She's talking about, I just can't wait till we get there. And I'm like, that's what really started to turn me off, because now I knew she was trying to give me some pussy, to try to, even though she tried to get some dick too, and it wasn't good. They used it as a hook. And said, I done gave you all these precious jewels and shit. No, you wanted it. You asked for it. If I had just gave it to you, this whole relationship would have been a whole lot different right from the rip.
Yeah.
I didn't get the money comment, man. He say so. Man, most of the pimping ain't easy, but women are the best at it. She say when a woman don't like a lot of questions because she has something she is hiding and or don't like to talk about her past. I now she say you better come on with it. You better come on.
I'm not mad at her for it.
I ain't mad at that. All right, he say, man, a woman does not logically look at her life as timeline that reflects growth and making better choices. A man's total existence will be viewed as a collection, some of his actions. Hence, women are not critical about their lack of growth. Ooh.
They bullshit.
She say, emotional pimping. Yes, we do it well. And yes, Sir Margaret Hagens, I practice what I preach. I honestly believe that we as women are interesting people. Women, let's own our own bullshit. And you know what? Who is this woman? Listen, that's all let me tell you something. Let me share something with you guys. Really, for real. Let me share something with you, because this happened today. Okay? So let me say something about this. About this a woman who just texted me out of the blue, right? And was like, trying to do something with the mask and stuff like that. And I was like, who is this? It's like, guess. I'm like, well, shit, Warren Buffett? Because that's my mentor. Maybe he found me. So like, no, right? Let me see if I can find it. I want to go through this. This is just really interesting. I want y'all to see this dialogue. She no, I'm such and such. I'm like, okay. I said, she said, we're going to be doing business for a long time. I said, it looks like you blocked me from what I can tell.
Ooh,
so she blocked me on Facebook. And then when she blocked me, I took off the code that I had given her so we can make money together. I was like, well, maybe something happened. You know how somebody just do something, don't communicate with you. And like, I don't know what the fuck happened. I just couldn't talk to you, communicate. So I just did that. She said, well, because you were giving men ideas about quarrelsome women. See, I know what I be posting on my page and stuff like that. I said, well, the Bible does the same. She says, I know, but when I'm doing business, I don't have people on my page. I said, well, are you quarrelsome? I said, I'm not understanding how that gets me blocked by you. She said, yes, very. I said, oh, okay. She says, I'm black, aren't I? I said, well, I can appreciate honesty. She said, yeah, my husband was like, yeah. I said, well, most women deny and deflect, then they block. She said, like, I was like, no, it's true though. But bro, ease off the ladies. My husband was like, you see? I'm like, nope. I always working on it. I said, well, we live in a world where people who speak truth get crucified.
Yes, sir.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then she would go, boom, 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 come on down. She said, she asked about the money. So I said, well, I know, but I got blocked. So I deleted the code. I figured that's what that meant. Right? You didn't communicate. She said, well, she's going through this. She got a new baby. She doesn't need a divorce. She's not trying to be single. I said, well, just keep being honest. He ain't going nowhere. You just keep being honest. He ain't going nowhere. But what I found very interesting about this dialogue was like, wow, you know you quarrelsome.
Yeah.
But you'll be honest with me, who has no affinity with you at all, but you'll deny it with the mate that you're with.
Yeah.
And
who's experiencing it? Who's
experiencing it? And
they're doing it.
And you'll have, like, on all my posts, you'll have women come on the post and that, like, wow, you meet some interesting women. Like, y'all don't know these women too? Come, get the fuck out of here. You just not, you try to act like you don't notice what we trying to tell you is what's out here.
Yeah.
Not all, but quite a few.
Most.
And your friends who you keep justifying their actions. And now y'all have a kumbaya with the women's empowerment movement. That's some bullshit too.
Yeah.
But no, what you said earlier ago, no accountability for your actions. Go ahead, brother Markedu.
No, it's just, I mean, you know, when somebody just texting, that's quarrelsome. They're doing it. They can't even write enough stuff to even explain really what they want to quarrel about. And they'll do that. And they'll put in it. That's like I said, the one was quarreling with me. And I was saying, thank you, appreciate you, you know. So you know somebody want to quarrel when they start writing stuff and it's long too, it's lengthy, and they don't even get to complete everything that they're saying, and that they wish they were talking to you on the phone so they can really rip your ass apart.
Hey, he said, man, that's very interesting. You said that because when you get that interaction. That's emotional pimping. They trying to pull you into their misery and try to get you off cuff. They trying to shake you. I mean, they try to have some type of power. You're like, and I'm glad how you responded. Like, you ain't getting not today, not today, boo. I mean, maybe yesterday I could have fell into that thing, but not today. You keep going. You can whatever you're gonna do. Right? I'm not gonna go there with you. I'm not gonna disrespect you. I'm not gonna call you what you calling me. I'm not gonna do that. Nope. We're not gonna do that today. Huh? A great way to handle that, man. Go ahead, brother Anthony.
You know, I mean, the sad. I'm looking at some of these comments.
I'm trying to get to it too, by the way.
Yeah, and you know, the sad part about it is this: we're all susceptible to some form of manipulation, whether it be sexual, whether it be conversational, financially or whatever. We're all susceptible to it with the right person. The key to that is are you going to be accountable for it, which is what we said before, or are you going to deny that you've done it or also been a victim of it? Because also we have to realize that a lot of times the people who are the best manipulators have also been manipulated by somebody else, whether that been a father that was no longer in the house and didn't, be an active member of his daughter's life, whether that be a mother who didn't teach her daughter how to be the proper type of woman or a good woman, or how to deal with men, or how to deal with women, or how to even be a woman. Because I think that's real lacking as well. I mean, we see a lot of women's empowerment today. What I like to say a lot of times, we see a lot of broken women counseling other broken women.
Wow.
And yeah, so we got hurt people trying to help hurt people.
Exactly.
I mean, if you were sick, you go to a doctor. You don't go to the sick. That don't make no sense. But hey, you know, I guess because and he say, man, because a lot of times it's just about feeling better, not getting better. Let me say that again for the people in the back. I don't think I heard. A lot of times it's just about, and I could be wrong because I'm not in there with y'all women. But I'm just saying it just seems like it's all about feeling better, not necessarily actually getting better. And I see the same thing in other institutions, organizations, the church, all this good stuff as well. And it's all about feeling good. Then you walk out and you go right back to the life that you've been living because you didn't actually get good.
He said correction to that. It's all about her feeling good.
All right, let's catch up on the comment, man. I'm trying my best to get through the comment. He say, she say, show here tonight, man. Hit the like button, share button if you care. Hey, we just having an adult conversation here tonight. If you're a sister, you want to add something to the conversation you put before it, she say, or I'm not going to act like you ain't right nothing. If your brother, you want to add something, you put he say, and then your comments as well. Or I'm just going to act like I didn't see it because there's some rules to this game. Everybody has a voice. Let your voice be heard. And the reason why we have it set up like this, because for some reason, it seems like when women actually have to type and not be able to talk, they might actually complete a sentence. Hey, she said, we have the right to request clarification prior to answering a question. Yes, you do. But do you need to be clear? He said, does it need to be clarified on every question? Right?
And he said, are you actually going to answer the question?
Yeah, you actually clarify. See here, okay, let me go back. He say, I think it's important that you guys understand that men are a little bit smarter than you think. And we recognize the general tactics of women. Y'all all went to the same school, it seems like, right? You answer a question with a question, so you don't have to answer the question, right? You deflect, right? You generalize, but then want to get specific. It's the same stuff. We see it, we like, oh, there you go. That's the woman thing again. And y'all think we don't recognize that y'all doing the same thing that, generally speaking, most women do until you run across a Sabrina Sirher just said, man, I finally got honest with myself.
He's saying what men normally do is just be quiet.
Yeah. How soon can we end this conversation? Because this ain't going nowhere.
Exactly.
Hey, she said, man, if men are so honest, why are there so many side chicks out there?
Ooh.
Okay,
hold on. So he say, if women were really honest, they would deny being a side chick.
Oh, wait.
Women are controlling the side chick thing because they're agreeing to it. If they would just stop agreeing to it, there would be no side chicks. You find out a guy's married, you turn around like, why don't you go back to your wife? But instead, they look at that as an opportunity to manipulate him to get something out of him that they've always wanted anyway, without having to put in the time or the energy of their own guy.
Ooh. Brother, did you have something, Brother Martin, to keep going through comments?
Oh, keep going. I'm loving this.
All right, again, guys, I'm just going to ignore comments that don't have he say, she say on. I'm just telling you, I'm trying to put hey, that's the rules. You follow the rules, or, if you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. All right. He say, because some of us want too much of too little. Skin deep beauty and surgical. Brother Plant.
Okay. Let me address that real quick, because he say, I don't know any men in my circle that are going around saying they want a fake booty or fake boobs or fake anything. Most of them want a natural sister that they can be proud of. Now, there's a segment of men that enjoy looking at the fakeness, but they don't necessarily want it.
Yeah.
So again, I think that's important to understand. Yeah, it may be appealing. It may be mesmerizing. It may be Hollywood worthy.
Yeah.
But it ain't necessarily something I'm like, because we understand. Okay, at 5 o'clock in the morning, what am I looking at?
Exactly.
Boy, I'm telling you, I done had some horror. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah.
I've been there.
Right? All right. She said, also because I raised 3 sons, I require my own. Ooh, okay. All right. Now I want to let me add this to that. He say, one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about this show and the things that we do, because I understand that we do have a lot of women that are raising boys. And think about it. Like Anthony said, if we have in these circles, if we have hurt people trying to help hurt people, well, what is it like if you got a hurt person trying to raise a son and you a woman? I mean, that I don't see how that could turn out super well as it relates to the son now having healthy relationships. I don't know how that's gonna work. How did that even? What does that even lead? I mean, go ahead, brother Markadu.
I mean, you're asking the right question, because my mother was a single mother, and she wore us out. I should have flushed her ass down the toilet when I had a chance. I said, the more I teach you, the less you learn. And, and I'm seeing my mother slap men and then say, I dare you to slap me back because you'd be dead by the morning.
Oh, shit.
And she's doing this right in front of me. So I seen her slap her own father. So these are the kind of things that, especially with raising boys, to try to keep that thing as much as you can in the middle of the road, because especially if you're a single mother and you wanna have a relationship. So that pain from the past has to be in check. It's just like that book that that guide for men, women should be reading that book. I really think that book is really for women to read, So there you go.
Let me say something, Brother Mark. It's very interesting, right? So I had two books. He said I had two books that when I launched this show last year, 2 years ago, whatever the case may be. One of them was a book for women, and the other one was a book for men. It was called something about women, and then I forget what the name was. Then the other one was Get Inside Your Man. The book for women sold out. I still got 10 copies about Getting Inside Your Man.
Oh wait.
And I was just like, wow, okay. So it gave the depiction that women are not really interested in learning men.
Yeah.
But they want to make sure that you learn about them.
Yeah.
Or we may be interested in learning about them. I was just like, wow, because I was thinking, oh, they both gonna sell. You know what I'm saying? They relationship books written by the same author, one from the woman's side, one from the man's side. I still got copies of Getting Inside Your Man. Still, 2 years later. I was like, wow, I can't sell the book. It just seems like they're not interested in learning about men.
Yeah, that's he said, that's the question that I want to ask women. Are you interested in learning more about a man? I mean, are you really? Because listen, there's nothing like a man that really wants to be in a relationship. If you really find a real dude that really wants to be in a relationship, and you begin to, they say feed his ego, but you're fueling his reality. If he sees and feels that you're not fake, you're not fake. I mean, you can have the fake head, you got the fake move, but your personality's not fake. That is something that I know for a fact that the woman that I deal with next, I'm taking my sweet time, could be the next 3 to 5 years. I don't care. I'll be 65, 70, almost 68 years old. And I finally said, here's one that's willing to say, you're right, brother. You're right. You're right. And be glad to open up and say, I know when I'm wrong and I was wrong.
Man, let me bring this in. Let me catch up on the account. I'm trying to get the account. They coming through, boy. Okay. She say sex is a tool men use as manipulation to play mind. Really? Really? You can't. Really? Sex is a tool that men use? Okay. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not today. Not today.
He said I was gonna say something about that, and then I was like, it's not even worth it.
She say sex only keeps a man through bullshit if he is weak-minded. I on that. There's some men, not all. Absolutely. She say that's don't have sex. I haven't had sex in 6 years. I'm not letting a man manipulate me. Ooh, that sounds a little yikes. Okay, let's keep going. Woo! Run, Forrest, run! Run, Forrest, run! She said,
well, he said, let's go back to her comment for just 1 second. In these 6 years of you not having sex and not letting a man manipulate you, what type of work have you done on yourself? Because over the last 3-4 years, there's been a push for mental health in the Black community. More so pushed towards men, but also including women. What type of work have you done on yourself in these 6 years? And what have you learned about yourself that makes you think that men are using sex to manipulate you?
That's powerful.
Run, Forrest, run. I done learned what comments not even touch, boy. You was confident, brother. He's strong. Hey, she said there's a double standard when it comes to women versus men regarding sex. Men can sleep with multiple women and they are praised, but if women sleep with multiple men, they're considered to be a hoe. He say women sleep with multiple men all the time.
That's not true.
Go ahead, take that one, sir, Markadoo, because
because I was just on a broadcast today. I forgot what you call it when women and wives they might have two and it's not I don't know the word.
Polygamy?
It's not. What is it?
Polygamy?
Yes. And so they doing that. So I was on that show and they were going at it. And these are young folk. They're like late 20s, early 30s, and they asked me and said, "How do you feel, Sir Markadoo, about your woman being in a relationship with another man?" And I said, "Well, if that's the rules of engagement, and that's something I'm going to be happy with." And I said, "Of course, I'm going to know who her mate is to make sure that that we friends or whatever." So I can see myself dealing with a woman that might have multiple mates, but I just want to make sure she ain't no hoe. And just like me, just like if you said, okay, you don't mind me having a relationship, but as long as you ain't no hoe, I'll let you know who it is. But most of the egos and the emotional motion, most of us can't handle that shit anyway. It's impossible.
I mean, he say, man, it's tough enough just trying to deal with goddamn one. Shit.
I had an experience with a woman who told me that she was in a polyamorous relationship.
There it is.
And when of course she was an attractive woman and the conversation seemed to be pretty good up until I said, "When do I get to meet the other guys?"
Ooh wee.
And then all of a sudden the conversation went mute.
Ooh wee. And
what I see now, being that I'm single and dating, when I meet women that say they're in this lifestyle or they're polyamorous or what have you, they're really not. They're just wanting the excuse to say that they have multiple men, hoping that you're not going to explore more. But if you know anything about polyamorous lifestyles, then they know it's like a community. Everybody knows everybody.
Man. So let me come back because he commented, man. Sister, where are you? I see you in my comments here, but you supposed to be on this. What happened? What happened? Okay. Let me try to catch up on these comments, man. I'm trying my best, guys. Oh, Lord. Oh, it's getting hot up in here. He say that is a sad truth, Queen. Absolutely. She say, man, why don't more women don't give a fuck about popular opinion and shift that into a new normal? We all grown. Some more. Oh, yeah, you were here last week.
Yes, you were here last time, yeah.
All right, you didn't say he say. I'm not going to read that long thing with men. Okay, she say, the women who manipulate men are being emotional, men by being emotional as gold diggers. Say the women who manipulate men by being emotional are gold diggers.
I don't necessarily know about that one.
I mean, he say, generally speaking, it's a game of sex and money. Generally speaking, when you're talking about manipulation, it's a game of sex and money. Men want sex, women want money. That's generally speaking. That's just what it is. The world is filled with pimps and hoes. We'll just talk about the ones I know. She say, man, there's a whole sermon after. Absolutely, man. She say there are some women who use sex as women. Okay, absolutely. It takes two. Absolutely. She say we can have that don't give a fuck mentality, but if you try to be honest with a man about that, they run.
What?
He say that depends on what your truth is, and I'll use this as an example. So when I was in high school, there was a girl that was pretty promiscuous, and my cousin liked her, and he asked me one time if I thought that it would be something that he should go for, and I told him, I said, well, here's the thing about that. You already know what her truth is. If you want this woman to be your wife, you need to move her away from the people and the circle that she's used to. And then you can start over. Because if you come back 10 years later, nobody's going to approach her about her past because you've now made her a new person and she's moved out of that environment. So in this situation, if a woman shares her truth with a man, depending on what that truth is, he has to make a decision on whether or not I can deal with your truth in this place that we're at, or am I going to like you enough that your truth is going to make me say, you know what, I like you enough. Let's get you out of this environment so I don't have to deal with the anguish of the community that knows your past. So it really depends.
Man, it's good stuff, man. Hey, he say, man, these new Negroes are becoming just as high maintenance, fake beards and hair, etc. All right, she say, man, women who deflect from questions and answers in the conversation don't trust that man and therefore don't feel the need to have a deep conversation, especially if they get that man just for money. Okay, yeah, I mean,
okay.
It's easily, he say this stuff is easily recognized by men of discernment. Like, and I'm not going to say all men have discernment. They don't. Some men are just stupid, just damn stupid. You know what I mean? They just don't see the writing on the fucking wall. But I don't necessarily don't trust. I mean, because here's the deal. If we're talking about something that's kind of just brand new, and you go into it not trusting, you go into it not having real, genuine, authentic conversation. If that's how you begin it, I don't know how the fuck you go in.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and obviously trust is built over time, but damn, at least just be open. If you're not open, listen, he say, man or woman, if you're not open enough to have real dialogue, when you feel like you got to hold something, not say something. Hey, listen, I'm a fucking open book at this point in my life. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say what the fuck on my mind. It coming out. You like it, you leave it. You might not like me, but you respect me because at least I'll tell you the truth. Don't ask me a question that you want to have an answer to.
Yeah, he say, let's be honest about this though. When you're getting to know somebody, it's an interview because I need to know who you are, what you're about, where you come from, so I can make a decision on if you're somebody that I'm gonna move forward with.
Go ahead, Brother Mark.
He said that's normally at the beginning. Everybody's, to me, for the most part, open book. They're going to answer a lot of questions, and then the lies begin to happen the deeper you get into it. But when a woman who deflects from questions and answers in a conversation don't trust that man, that is an issue that's been going on in that woman's life anyway.
Let me say something right quick. I'm sorry. Let me get to this comment because I'm gonna give one on this. Look at this. I think y'all need to just stay in your lane. Just teach us how to make money because obviously y'all don't know anything about us real women. He say shut the fuck up. Yeah, he say shut the fuck up. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, because you think that who gives a fuck what you think? What we need, here's the thing, women, sisters. The moment you say what you need to do to a man, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Right? I'm a girl that you can disappear. You can leave this stream. You can go find something else to do, but don't try to tell her what we need to do. You ain't nobody. See, some of y'all women, y'all trying to be mamas. Try to tell people what they need to do like y'all somebody mama. That's a problem, right? That might be why you're still single. Because you're trying to be mama instead of trying to be. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay because this is a different platform. This is the platform to try to figure things out. This ain't the money money and power platform. I love you, Sister Denise, but this is not the money and power. And I'm getting back to the point that he said, I'm sorry, but he said, and I'm getting back to the point that when a woman is not sharing, it's not because she really doesn't trust this dude, is that you just don't, you're in that mode anyway. You don't like to tell the truth. You don't want to come out. You don't want to get deep into the conversation. And the truth be told, it's back and forth. This is all women indictment. This is just, we're saying that most women are barnyard pimps. My mother, I learned a lot from my mother. My mother was one of the greatest manipulators, women that I have ever met in my entire life. God bless her soul. But that was the way she was. But she taught me something that, to kind of watch out for, but I'm now more aware, but I was so traumatized. I didn't realize I was traumatized until I was, I'm 60 now, probably 58. I didn't realize how critical until I dropped my last wife and realized how engulfed I was with women that pimp. She had me doing things I didn't realize, but I know better now. And that's what we want to get to. We want to get to getting better.
Let me add something. Let me come back. Hold on, Anthony. Let me say something. Here's the reason why it pisses me off. When you try to put me in a fucking box, like I don't have many different areas of my life that I like to express or like to talk about, like I'm talking like, oh, you only the money man. No, that's how you see me.
Yep.
Right. And that's how you might see me. That might, so you might not see the different dynamics of my life and who I am as a man. There's different aspects of my life. So when someone else tries to put me in some box, which is why I left corporate America, which is why I'm an entrepreneur myself, because you can't put me in no fucking box.
Yep.
And the moment a woman tries to put me in a motherfucking box, I'll check her ass. That's just what it is. Because I'm not going to put you in no box.
Right.
So you sow, but now you want to go and fucking bake. I'm not going to say you shouldn't bake because you're a sower. Fuck that. Go bake.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. We all grown, and don't put me in a motherfucking box. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. I don't mind checking nobody every now and then. Go ahead, brother.
That comment was the beginning of this topic altogether. It was emotional pimping at its finest.
There it is.
That's what that comment was. I mean, no disrespect to this sister, for having her opinion or whatever, but that type of comment is exactly what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah,
trying to emotionally pimp and manipulate the conversation by making it think that you should only be one-dimensional.
Take your ass back to teaching about money.
All right, man. He said, I really need my car look. He said, unfortunately, what they're addressing is the majority of women in USA. Please, no deflecting. Right? It's hard out there for a pimp. He said, man, why would a woman read a self-help book? They can't even consistently study the word of God unless it benefits them. Oh, Lord. She say, man, men don't run from honesty. I said and done some ish in my time, but my men have always respected my honesty. He say, have you tried that?
Yeah.
Right? There's one thing to have this is because this is what's the norm, or this is what's out in society, and this. As I told the sister, I said, hey, just be honest with them. If you're quarrelsome, just tell him, you know what, I'm fucking quarrelsome. I mean, I'm working on it, but shit, that's just what it is right now. And he gonna respect that. Okay, well, at least you were fucking honest, finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, why would y'all buy a book about women to learn how to find a wife? Well, I mean, there's this book called The Bible that has a Proverbs 31 woman in it. I don't know. I mean, I had to buy that. And many of you guys say you're Proverbs 31 women. So what kind of comment is that? I mean, now some of these books are written by women. So I might think about reading that if I want to learn more about women.
Yeah, and having a wife.
Exactly.
Well, what the hell else am I going to learn from? I mean, what the?
He say most men don't grow up knowing or thinking about what their wife is going to be like. Like women grow up thinking about what their husband is going to be like.
Yes.
Little boys get trapped in the playing house. They don't set up and go play house. They don't go and get the girls in the neighborhood and say, hey, let's go play house. They're usually drugged to the playground to play house.
Yeah, that was me.
So it's a big difference when you're trying to educate yourself on what you need from your partner who will become your wife. You need more information. So what do you do when you need information? You study it. You do research. You look around. You find examples. You do all those things so that you know exactly what you're looking for. That's where the discernment comes in. Because the more information you have on a topic, the better you are at picking who should be your next wife or your first wife or what have you. But each relationship should make you better at picking the next one.
Oh, I went through 5.
Well, like you said, Sir Markadu, you said before that you just realized that you had been manipulated by a woman your whole life at 58. So you have several years of mistakes based on the manipulation that you experienced at a young age.
Yeah.
But now you're learning what you want in the next one.
Absolutely. The last one.
Exactly.
Man, she say, I'm Team Anthony tonight. You're speaking some truth here, man. He say, perception is reality. She say she's done nothing but keep her legs closed. Her mind has been staying.
I was thinking, what you gonna do when you're ready to?
I'm choosing to be a single mom. Okay, sir, you've been swinging. She said, most people equate being poly with sex is more than just sex. She say, well, I'm speaking from experience. He went from potentially wanting relationship to wanting sex only.
He said that. Did he tell you that though?
He say no. He said no. He wanted sex only. Yeah, he didn't go from potentially wanting a relationship to wanting sex only. No, he wanted sex only.
He said you wanted the relationship, and he told you he wanted sex, and you thought the sex was gonna lead into the relationship.
Go ahead, bro. Okay, go. Because I see, like it's like understanding. Like, go ahead, brother Anthony. Say that again, because I want to make sure they heard you.
I'll share a personal experience of me dating. So I met a woman about 6 months or so ago, and I generally, because all my kids are older, I don't generally date women that have younger kids. So when I met her, one of the first questions that I have her is, how old are your children? And when she told me they were like 6 and 8, and I said, well, I'm sorry, but I don't date women that have children that are that young. And she said, well, do you want to have friends? And I said, what kind of friend? Are you talking about a friend with benefit situation where it's not going to lead to anything but just be sex? Or are you just talking about just being my friend so you can get to know me? And she said, friends with benefits. Now, 6 months later, she's asking me, why aren't you treating me like we're in a relationship? And I said, well, because we're not. We set up a deal with friends with benefits. You were going to date. I was going to date. But you and I were only going to have the benefit part of dealing with each other. Well, she didn't want that anymore when she realized that the sex part didn't change my mind.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Now, he say, now, here's the deal. I know it's very difficult because it's very difficult to accept some of this stuff, women. I know it's hard. It's like, no, that's not what it is. Because in my mind, this is what I'm. Listen, we can only plant the seeds. We can only plant the seeds, and those who want to let that thing fall in good ground, so be it. Or you can keep thinking that you know men better than men know men. I'm just saying. See, you can keep thinking that. Or you can say, well, here's some brothers trying to kind of tell us this is how men are. And we can say, hey, let's listen to the brothers. Or, no, those brothers are wrong. Here's how men are. Your choice. I don't know what to do. Help you with that. You keep going. All right. She say, sometimes men overanalyze either what they want the woman or they don't. Sometimes men give mixed messages. Yes. Are there not any good things women do? Yes, there are. Men, maybe a lot of stuff good stuff y'all do. Maybe not in right relationships from the jump. If you in the right relationship, then there's no problem. Hey, great comment. Yeah, there's a lot of things that good women do that are good.
Okay, well, let me go back to that for just a second. So he say one thing about this mixed messages thing, and are there not any good women out there? Oftentimes, when a man is trying to, this is from our standpoint, if a man is trying to manipulate you, he's going to do what works the majority of the time.
Yeah.
So you call that overanalyzing, but in reality, what he's doing is he's placating to what you think you desire.
Right.
So he can get what he wants out of the deal.
Yeah.
So men do it also. So don't get that twisted. Men do emotionally manipulate women. However, the comma part after the comma says women do it better.
Yeah.
That's the part that you're missing there.
Absolutely, man. Okay, so maybe I can catch up on the comment. Okay, I'm not gonna. We're gonna let's try to speed through this. All right. So polyandry ain't for everybody, but if everyone is open and honest about their position, then there are next to no issues.
True.
She said, right, everyone has a position to play and plays it. The man sets the rules from the start. I don't know about that part.
Nah.
I don't know about that. I mean, he say there. Listen, I know there's a philosophy that says this is the traditional way that a relationship is, but there's also understanding that people decide how their relationship is going to be. And so, but if you come from a traditional standpoint and you don't realize that someone else maybe coming from, okay, when we get together, let's figure out how we're going to operate. Then there could be these assumptions that, oh, well, you should be operating from a traditional standpoint because this is what a man is supposed to do in a relationship. This is what a woman's supposed to do in a relationship. Or, hey, here's what we have agreed upon to do in our relationship. And I think that's where a lot of things get mixed up because we're saying, hey, well, I expected you to do this because this is what I was taught that should be expected from a man and or woman. But we never talked about what we're going to do now that we're together.
He say the standard operating procedure for relationships needs to be upgraded because we're still operating from a operations manual from the 50s and the 60s, or from a television perspective of a relationship, not the reality of a relationship in today's time. Because what used to work for our grandparents is not going to work for us today. So we have to write our own manuals when we're trying to do this relationship thing.
Absolutely, man. Sister, I'm here. You supposed to be on the stream. What I gave you the link to be here to be able to talk. And maybe I miscommunicated. I said, hey, would you like to be on the show? And he said, yeah, I'm down. But she said I'm going to be in the comments in the show. Okay, I'm sorry. I messed up. I didn't get it. Okay. She said, man, I'm here. Effective communication doesn't come natural to some people. People have to unlearn to relearn healthy communication skills. All right, fantastic. That's more. Again, if you got something to say, your brother, he say first. If your sister, she say first. Or I just don't recognize the comments because there's rules to this thing. Go ahead, brother Marketer.
Yeah, I want to relate to that because I think that's a very important piece right there, sister Alexis. And she said, well, I'm going to say he said, I'm here. Effective communication doesn't come natural to some people. That's not absolutely true. Effective communication naturally doesn't come to most people. We're fucked up as a people. We don't fucking get it, you know? And it's rare that you find somebody that's really actually want to have some effective communication and be able to say, wow, this is pleasant. You ever been with somebody who said, man, this relationship, this is pleasant. Most of the people that ever went any further than that, and that pleasantries and the pleasant conversations, and it's more natural, there's more just natural all the way. That is a powerful relationship. But you get most people who have effective relationships, you'll die and come back in another lifetime and it still won't happen.
Yeah.
All right, let me catch up, man. Again, I'm skipping over. We got some people that just simply will not follow directions. Typically, they're women. Just won't follow directions. No. You said, she said, no, we're not going to do that. All right, well, keep on. All right, he say, man, some of the most accomplished women have no clue how to communicate and edify a man, but they expect so much respect and love. Shaking my head. He say, man, yes, sweetie, very true. We are all here with opinions. Thanks so much. However, these views, experience are very rampant and damn near the norm. So must be addressed. Appreciate that, brother, man. Thanks so much for joining, for sharing as well. Y'all going in. Y'all are going in. All right. All right, man. He say, true, sister. However, it becomes a bit more complicated when many are hiding behind so many masks. Honestly, getting more crafty even at an earlier age than usual now.
All right, she say, man, we wear many hats too. We're not too encouraged to enjoy our sexuality. That's an interesting comment.
Well, I like her.
We're not encouraged to enjoy our sexual. I don't get that comment. What? Huh?
He say, I don't believe that's necessarily true. And the reason for that is I was on a podcast. I've been on a podcast every Friday night with about 10 to 15 women who express their sexuality to the men that are on this podcast as well. And I have not seen one man say to a woman, you shouldn't do that. Not one time. So I think we're still operating on an old manual. Men today are more comfortable with a woman expressing their sexuality.
What the hell is expressing your sexuality? What are we talking about?
Okay, so let's talk about this.
Let's get because I'm like, what do you mean? How do you want to express it? Okay, help me.
So there are some women out there that like other women. There's some women out there that like to bring toys into their relationship. There's some women out there that like some bondage. They like to be spanked, that kind of thing. And you have some guys that are not with all that.
I had a woman like to be choked. She was like,
But see, as we laugh about it, it makes women who like that kind of thing, it makes them apprehensive about sharing that side of themselves.
Yeah.
Because some men who aren't comfortable with that, first thing they do is they prejudge her. They want to experience it, but they want to prejudge her. And then when they get mad because they are not effective communicators, they throw that back in her face, trying to shame her for letting that side of herself out. That's what I think this sister's referring to.
Let me add to that, though. He said, I had this experience, right? And I did throw it back on her face. And the reason why I threw it on her face, because I said, I see why. I see now some of these connections here, right? Because it was bad communication between both of us. And it's like, damn, I can't. It just drove me to a fucking wall where I had to let this shit out. I was like, man, fuck it. I'm just going to say it. Okay. She said, I think I'm happy, single, and loving my life. I know. Why do you got to think about it? Okay. All right. I know I was hurting from my past who fell married, not currently dating. I'm comfortable doing me. Absolutely, girl. Be comfortable doing you. I like that. I like that, man. I like that as well. I'm gonna keep ignoring you till you say she say. You just stubborn. That's just what it is. You just a stubborn woman. She say anything you want, you study. All right. He say, man, sweetie, sometimes that conflicts with biology. From a man or woman's point of view, just be honest about it from the beginning. All right. As it says, he say, she's turned him off. It became just sex. What is have I had to do? That's why she say, I appreciate those honest conversations Anthony be having. He say, man, prayers still exist. The woman's desire blinds her. Absolutely. All right, we got a whole bunch of people that just will not follow directions at all. All right, fantastic. I'm just not gonna read them. I'm telling you, I don't have no time. Anyway, it's 10:24, guys. We're gonna begin to wrap the show up again. He say, she say show is really in case y'all want to come back and when we do it again and we're enjoying our conversation, having some adult dialogue. If you're a woman, you put she say and then your comments. Y'all have been here before. Many guys, you just simply won't. You just say I refuse to follow. I refuse. I don't. Who cares what y'all say to do? I just refuse. I'm not gonna. Y'all gonna read my? No, we not. I'm not. Okay. And if you're a brother and you want to add to the conversation, put he say. Everybody has a voice. Why not let your voice be heard? Put that rule to the thing. Follow it. It's up to you. I don't care. Anyway, man. I think this is a wonderful time. This is a great conversation. Would you guys agree? In the comments below, man, I'd like for you to share, man. Was this helpful, beneficial? Did you enjoy the show? It's not. I know y'all. Sometimes it's clickbait. It is what it is. But if we're open. Right? Open to the opinions of others. And especially when these opinions seem to be dominant among the masses of the females and or the males. Yeah. It might be wise to start. I mean, if there's smoke, there's typically fire. Okay? So all the women can't be saying the same thing, and then all the men say, no, that ain't right, or that ain't true, that's your opinion. And all the men can't be saying the same thing, and then all the women say, well, no, that's not right, that's not true, that can't be right. That just don't make no sense. We can't be all saying the same thing and all be wrong. In the comments below, I'd like you to share something that you learned today, something that may have opened you up to something that's regarding the other species or about yourself. You say, man, you know what? yeah, I'm gonna take some of this and chew on this here tonight. And I know I talk much faster than you type, so I hope you'll take some time to do that because everyone has a voice. And if you want your voice to be heard, you put she say if you're she say before your comments, and you put a he say before your comments if you're a he say, okay? And then we'll get that thing up, man. What you learn, what's your takeaway here tonight? It's not about bashing, it's actually about healing. It's not about bashing, it's about healing. And being honest and coming with an honest conversation, we can all heal together.
Yeah.
Man, brother Marketing, man, I want to say thanks so much for being here, man. Any last words as they are typing? Let us know what they took away from the show here tonight. As we talked about, emotional pimping ain't easy. I mean, everybody, a lot of us doing emotional pimping and manipulation. We just simply saying, man, women, we think y'all the best at doing it. What's the last words for us here tonight?
That was the one of the main. He said that's one of the main points is that I believe that when we come into a relationship, and I know it more now more than ever, and when I communicate and when we come into a relationship, I believe most of the things that we talk about and we say what we want. We say what we feel. And I believe that is what we receive, to be a lie or not, but if I tell you I really don't want to be in a relationship, I really don't want to get married, believe that. If you say that I really, I've been hurt before and I really don't want to have sex, as a man, I need to hear that. I need to believe. I can't say later, you never told me that. I think we say a lot of the truth at the beginning, and we just decipher what we want to believe is true or not. And I'm going to leave it there.
Man, he said, let me add, I love what you said, Brother Mark, but although a lot of truths may be said, a lot of truths aren't heard because I believe we hear what we want to hear.
That's what I said right there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like, I mean, yeah, and I can't speak for women. I'm just saying, it's like, no, this is what I want.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I want a red car. So now all I see is red cars. I don't see all the blues. I don't see all the orange. I don't see all the yellow. Oh, that's a red car. Oh, that's a red car. It's like, oh, this is what I want. So this is the only thing that I hear. And then when I hear what I want to hear, oh, now I got confirmation. But I further forgot, I didn't hear none of that other stuff that was said because it did not agree with what my thoughts or what my beliefs or what my desires were. So I just cast that aside. I think that's very dangerous. Brother Anthony, man, here again, I want to say thanks so much for being here, taking the time to be with us. I see Market over there yawning. He's like, oh, man, hurry up, finish this thing. What's the last word for the peeps here tonight?
My last words would basically be to anybody that's out there, own your truth. And if you own your truth, it will wipe away anybody that comes at you with any type of manipulative tactics, because they can't knock you off your square. They can't put you in a box. Because you know who you are, and nobody's going to stop you from being who you truly are. And also, don't forget that if a contradiction of your previous beliefs happen, that means you have grown from your previous position. So always remember that and own it.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, man. Catch all the comments, then we wrap up this show. And I would want to say this again, guys. Women, he say, y'all tactics are the same, right? Deflection. Oh, yeah, men do the same thing. I mean, come on. Can you come up with something better at this point? We know we're just generalizing because we can't speak specifically to everybody when we're having a general show. We know that. So why even say it? Just so you can feel like, oh, he's not talking to me. We ain't talking to you. A hit dog won't holler. Okay? Come on, man. We got to move beyond these same tactics. I mean, we've seen it all before. Y'all just keep coming with the same stuff over and over again. It gets a little old. Okay? It gets a little old. All right, let's see what you guys learned here today. I'm only talking to the she say. All right. She say women are uncomfortable expressing their sexuality because they're used to dealing with hurt men. Cross a real man, and he will not only allow you to express yourself, but also encourage you at the same time being open to letting himself express himself sexually as well. She say first time on didn't know we had instructions, directions in my pod. No problem. Hopefully you'll be back. Hopefully you'll be back with us as well. I know you knew that, Ava. I'm not. I said it to you 15 times. You just kept not hearing what I was saying. That's a topic for another show. She said here. She said, I didn't know that. No, you just weren't listening. That's all it is. I said it to you 10 times. You just was not listening. I ain't trying to hear what you're trying to say. I said it to you. I said it specifically to you 10 times. Anyway, He says Smokey would be an excellent guest. Hey, love to have more. If you guys are interested in being on the show, let us know. I don't know what we're gonna talk about next time. The topics just come up. Okay. I do want to have. I was hoping to have a sister on with us here tonight. I thought she was going to be on. I guess we miscommunicated. She said, I'm here, but I'm not on. Okay. Anyway, she said, I learned I didn't know anything about a woman. Really? See?
She's mad too.
See?
What is going to happen to you?
Yeah, I'm just saying. See, we can't make any progress like that. Just saying. Most women say they want the truth but can't handle it, and they will use sex to change what you said and control the situation. When that don't work, you're doing it wrong and the bad guy. Great talk. We'll tune in early next show. Absolutely. Thanks so much, Brother Antoine. As he say, grown up adults and act so. We need to come together, be honest, and not waste anyone's time. That definitely agree with that. Thanks so much. She say, man, I missed out on the show, but the comments are very interesting. It's the type of topic, men and women relationships. I do a Q&A every other Thursday talking about all types of stuff on Facebook. All right, keep doing it. Keep on doing it as well. All right, fantastic. He say, man, manure, if spread, promotes growth, is piled. However, it becomes toxic. Absolutely, man. She say it was my misunderstanding, not yours. Then once you started, I wasn't going to interject. Come on, man. I said, come on. What you think? I'm sorry. I learned accountability is a common thing that's needed in relationships, but hard for women to do. Hard for anyone to do. I mean, it's not just women. It's hard for anyone to do. But I'm glad that you're speaking up for the sisters. We can practice effective tactics. Depends on what kind of relationship we want. Great question. What type of relationship do you want?
Very true.
Do you want a relationship?
Yeah.
Everybody don't want a relationship. Let's just be honest. Everybody don't want a relationship. I.e. Gigi King said, I'm cool. I'm cool. 6 years, I'm cool. Some people don't want a relationship. And I think that's important. Oh, that's a whole nother topic. I'm not going to go there. Some people don't want a relationship. And that's okay. Quite a few people have done some phenomenal things without being married.
Yes.
This is the He Say, She Say show. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I had Brother Markadu here with us, Brother Anthony. I hope to have a sister with us. I don't know which sister next time. If you're interested in being a part of the show or you got some topics that you say, hey, this would be a good topic, just hit your boy up and I'll be like, yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean? Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. That's what it is, man. This show is where everybody has a voice. So why not let your voice be heard? I want to say thank you to all of the guests, all of our audience as well that chimed in with their comments, with their perspectives. I hope it's not meant to hurt anyone's feeling. It's just saying, hey, can we all just be honest? And at the end of the day, guys, if you can't stand the heat, get your ass out the kitchen. Hey, man, I want you guys to remember this, man, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, beautiful people. Matter of fact, we all we need. And thank God that's more than enough. Until next episode, you know what time it is. Mr. DJ, hit the music. Oh, that's the wrong one.
You've been watching the He Say, She Say show. We thank you for tuning in. Until next time. Keep that conversation going. He say, he say.